cut it out and stay where we are on the ladder. Maybe even like take some steps back down. But let's not keep giving shit up as we progress up.
EU vaccine passport.
Oh yeah, so this is some fucking China commie shit. So they're thinking about making.
Can we stop coming at
Y'all get the vaccine.
What? Oh yeah, I'm not getting that shit.
Oh shit! All right,
Is China not a communist? Yikes! Wait, time out. Is China not a communist country?
It's not the problem.
No, for
just
sure.
the way that you said it, bro.
You against the vaccine for sure.
No, I already got it.
Oh,
I'm a
same.
traveler.
You got it?
bro.
Yeah, same.
I'm a
same.
traveler.
All right, well, y'all turning into
I got mine
zombies.
too.
So we got
That's
one
just me.
anti-vax.
I bet. That's good.
Nah, it's all good.
If all y'all got the vaccine,
I
I'll
think
get
it's
the
a
vaccine.
personal choice. Nah. What's the top
Four choice.
The problem is not you saying that China is a communist. The problem is like every time you bring up anything remotely,
It's some China commie shit.
there you
Every
go.
time.
And I don't support this. China, I am your friend.
I mean, what communist in America I'm gonna piss off? Like, y'all be alright.
I just don't want China as drums. I want no problems. China, Chicago, we good.
You said commie again? But the COVID or the vaccine passport. I was like, so the question is, y'all fucking with it? How y'all feel about that?
I mean, we have no choice at this point, right?
So they're saying like
That's-
you just have to prove that you're vaccinated to
Well,
travel.
the idea is there are a lot of states, and I think the mayor of Boston, she's just straight up said like, I'm not enforcing this. But a lot of states are thinking about making a thing where like you need it to go into buildings, to go,
Travel,
Well, that's just-
restaurants, go
things
to.
like that.
Isn't that the same with the real ID that they're trying to implement?
Exactly.
All around?
And the whole, and if you really want to get into it, the whole idea is like it's another liberty in America we're taking away from our citizens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What do you mean by that?
It's another like freedom essentially we're taking away.
And what's the freedom that's being taken
It's the
away?
freedom to make your own choices. If I have to get a passport vaccine to go to a restaurant, do I really have a choice to go to that restaurant?
I wouldn't agree with that necessarily because it's like, was it a freedom when they required like a social number, like a social security number,
Right.
Or
Okay.
Is it a freedom when they
Yeah, but
require an ID,
how
like
limited?
a regular ID? If
How
the
limited?
the regular ID, you're not. But that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, but
before.
where I get it certain things, but for example, like your social security number, like what's that stopping you from getting?
If you don't have a social, which was just implemented in like 1937, like it's not even a law to have. You have to have a social, but it stops you from actually getting jobs. It stops you from a lot actually. Like there's a lot of things you can't do without a social.
Yeah, listen.
Technically, it's not legally implied that you have to have one.
Exactly.
Like your parents
But-
can easily
but we know
not
what time
get,
it is. You
but
gotta
then,
get one.
So
Yeah.
what. But that's with anything. Like that's with anything that comes. Like there's situations that occur, and then the government has to react in a certain way, and new things are implemented. Now it's not illegal to not have a vaccination passport. So
And that's
freedom.
what they're-
But now a business can make a decision that they want every Patreon to be vaccinated. That's the business's decision, which is a private.
Right, and that makes sense.
You get what I'm
That
saying?
makes sense.
Or even when it comes to travel, like technically, like bro, like none of this shit is real. Like land, like what is land? What is countries? Like we should be able to travel freely, but some reason you need your identification and you need a passport.
So they know if you fuck
So
up
that
somewhere.
is so once you accept that you have to have a passport to go into another country, you're already accepting the same freedom being taken away as this.
No, but
if you get what I'm saying,
I'm not
like,
disagreeing with you. But my point is, it's so how I see it is, it's like a. So put it at it's like a, let's say a ladder, right?
Yeah.
At the bottom of the ladder is complete freedom. Do what the fuck you want, whatever you want. And as you progress, at the top of the ladder is complete fucking slavery. Like back in the day, like go on the field, whip, nigga, like all that shit, right?
Okay,
I feel so. How I see it is, the more shit we allow our government to pass and allow is I'm not saying gonna get there, because it's gonna be real hard for us to get there. And if we get back there, let's be real, we gonna save white people this time. Just saying that.
Again,
I feel you. I
there's some shit that I don't agree.
My point is, as you go up the ladder, I feel like we're taking closer to giving up our complete freedom.
I get what you're saying.
So like, I agree with you. Like, as far as social security and passports, all that doesn't mean we should say, okay, since you already do that, let's take another step up the ladder. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're
let's
saying, 100%.
just cut it out and stay where we are on the ladder. Maybe even like take some steps back down, but let's not keep giving shit up as we progress up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying is like, I feel like the vaccine passport is another step into ultimately saying I can leave or I can go somewhere. And who's to know is like, all right, since we do that, now martial law is a fucking common thing that occurs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like school shootings. When school shootings start happening,
Yikes. Okay,
that shit
we're
was
going there.
wild,
Okay.
bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So wait.
But
my point is though, think about how
correlation,
normal it is to see school shooting on the news now. Think about it. Like, you see a school shooting, you're like, But back in the day, like when Columbine and shit, like you were devastated, nigga. And it's the same idea. We keep allowing these things where eventually it's gonna become normal not to do shit or not being allowed to do shit. That's gonna become normal. That's my point. That's what I don't want. That's what I don't want.
That's an interesting take.
You know what I'm saying? But
I just feel like this way. I feel like I think a vaccine and vaccination, like that's of course a personal choice.
Right.
I do think that like when it comes to travel, like if the UK decides that Americans are not getting back, because at the end of the day, UK is what type of government? It's a different type of government, right?
Yeah.
It's the same as it's the same as it's democracy.
No,
but they have a
democracy.
different
It's
setup. No, they have like they have a prime.
United
they have
Kingdom?
the queen. Yeah, they have a
queen,
prime
but
minister.
they do,
like
legislation
but they still vote and shit.
But it's not the same. Like it's not
the same
a complete
structure.
democracy because the
No.
queen can literally say fuck everything y'all voted on. I'm gonna get
I
into
don't know
you know
that
what I'm saying.
part.
So
Yeah.
if the UK as a different type of government decides that Americans who are actually the most free, like I feel like when it comes to freedom of speech, we execute it more than the average country.
Oh no,
you know what I'm saying? So I feel like
real quick. I mean, interrupt.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen France lately?
what's going on in
France
France?
don't fuck around. Nigga.
What they
like,
on?
We think we rebellious.
Yeah.
Bro, France had a protest and the president was shaking hands. Some nigga slapped the fuck out of that nigga.
At the
bro.
president?
Bro, they march on everything. They don't agree with some shit. They march
look
it,
that
bro.
up. I gotta
France
see that.
about that
That's crazy.
shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
France is
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah.
Okay, can you real quick like France? They protest. I feel like France is not fucking around right
So
now.
they're protesting against the coronavirus health pass as
Okay.
stricter rules loom.
One dude got arrested. I remember the story. One dude got arrested because he slapped the shit out the president. Like he was like shaking hands.
That's kinda wild.
And can you imagine if I slapped the shit out of Biden, bro? My life is over. You know what I'm
Dunzo.
saying? Like,
Nah, that's a force.
I don't think
But,
your hand would even make it close to
bro,
his
they
face.
was shooting me from my shit
Nah,
in the
you
neck,
be-
bro. Like
yeah, nah,
I'm
that's
getting
a
clapped.
force.
But
I mean, France, they always are rah 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 rah. But like at the
I
end
never
of the
saw
day,
them as that though. I always thought France was like a pushover, like
Croissants and shit.
yeah. But I was wrong. I'll say
nah,
that.
France be out here.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this clip and want to see more, go ahead and hit subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe to our main channel for our full episodes of our podcast. Thanks again.